Why be ordinary when you can be flamboyant? Wanchaka Radio. Be flamboyant.
Good evening, and here are the major stories for today. Reports say Kano State Deputy Governor Hafiz Abubakar has resigned. Hafiz, who was a member of the ruling All Progressives Congress, the APC, announced his defection to the opposition PDP this Sunday. He's said to be a strong ally of Rabiu Kwankwaso, former governor of the state, who defected some days ago with Senator Dino Melaye and 12 other APC senators. No reason has been given for the defection. In a similar development, the All Progressives Congress has expressed pleasure with the decision of the Senate Minority Leader, Godswill Akpabio, to join the party. Minister of Information and Culture, Lai Mohammed, made this known today, stating, and I quote, "I welcome the defection of Akpabio because all politics is local," end of quote. Following earlier speculations about his plans, Akpabio's defection was announced today via a Twitter post by the APC newspaper handle, which tweeted, and I quote, "Breaking. We can confirm that His Excellency Senator Godswill Akpabio is a card-carrying member of an official APC NG, effective August 4, 2018. The senator representing Akwa Ibom Northwest District is reported to have also visited President Muhammadu Buhari in London, who is currently in the UK for a 10-day vacation. The senator had last week met with the leader of the APC, Bola Tinubu, and also consulted with the Vice President, Yemi Oshibajo. The Nigerian National Petroleum Corporation, NNPC, has dissociated itself from the politicking in the National Assembly and also denied reports that its Chief Executive Officer, Mekanti Baro, is financing the planned impeachment of Senate President Bukola Saraki. An NNPC statement by the Group General Manager, Group Public Affairs Division, Hundu Ugamado, distanced the corporation and its Group Managing Director, Mekanti Baro, from the ongoing political situation in the National Assembly, and the trending reports insinuating that Barrow had doled out funds to effect Saraki's impeachment. Ugamado described the report as the handiwork of mischief makers seeking to drag the Petroleum Corporation and its chief executive into a purely political affair, totally different from its mandate as the national oil company with responsibilities to the government and the people of the Federal Republic of Nigeria. Director General of the National Youth Service Corps, Suleiman Kazaure, has restated the commitment of the scheme to security and welfare of Corps members nationwide. Kazaure, while speaking to newsmen in Yola this Sunday, said the scheme is in constant touch with the security agencies on ways to enhance security of Corps members nationwide. He also hinted on a series of measures to ensure Corps members' welfare, including the need to increase their allowance, stating that a committee is set to meet on Monday with officials of the Ministry of Finance. And 2 persons impersonating military officers have been paraded by officials of the Depot Nigerian Army, Zaria, for allegedly collecting money from unsuspecting potential recruits to get them enlisted into the Nigerian Army. Acting Army Public Relations Officer of the Depot, Adekunle Adeyemi, while parading the suspect, said there had been reports of such fraudulent activities where suspects allegedly used social media to collect huge amount of money from people with assurance of getting them slots during the depot recruits intake. According to him, the suspects were arrested on July 29 around Chindit Cantonment by the depot's military police. He therefore called on the general public to be aware of the nefarious activities of fraudsters and resist the temptation of falling victims of fraudulent online social media platforms that request for payment for easy enlistment. In international news, Venezuelan President Nicolas Maduro has declared that the perpetrators of what he says was an assassination attempt against him will face maximum punishment. Maduro was speaking at a military event in Caracas when the alleged attack involving explosive drones occurred. The president has blamed Colombia for the incident but provided no evidence, just as Colombia has said the accusation was baseless. The Venezuelan government has also accused the opposition, prompting fears of a new crackdown. And reports of a magnitude 7 earthquake has hit the Indonesian island of Lombok, and a tsunami warning issued in its aftermath has been lifted several hours later. The U.S. Geological Survey said the quake off the north coast of the island struck 10 kilometers underground, with no immediate reports of casualties, but officials have urged people to move away from the ocean. The quake comes a week after another hit the island, killing at least 16 people. Lombok is said to be a popular tourist site for its beaches and hiking trails. In business, an agricultural extension officer, Joseph Aboyeji, has advised farmers in the country to embrace dry season farming as a way of improving production and increase their income. Aboyeji, who gave the advice today during an interview in Omuaro, Kwara State, also stated that dry season farming would promote all year-round farming, reduce poverty and food insufficiency. He explained that the federal government growth enhancement scheme under the agriculture transformation agenda was a veritable platform to achieve success during the dry season farming. Just as he noted that with the scheme, the envisaged increase in production and income of farmers would be achieved, and that beneficiaries under the scheme would have unhindered access to highly subsidized farm inputs. In entertainment, Sir Patrick Stewart is to reprise the Star Trek role of Jean-Luc Picard, as the character will feature in the new CBS All Access series chronicling his life after Star Trek: The Next Generation. The actor announced the news in a surprise appearance at the annual Star Trek convention in Las Vegas on Saturday after months of speculation. Stewart's career spans almost 6 decades and includes the role of Professor Charles Xavier in the X-Men franchise. Sir Patrick, who is 78 and British, played Picard in 178 episodes of the Sci-Fi television series between 1987 and 1994 and in 4 feature films. And Lady Gaga has apologized for speaking too soon by calling model Rick Janis's death a suicide. Rick, who died at the age of 32, was known as Zombie Boy due to bone and organ tattoos across his body, including skull features on his face. The model was found dead at his home in Montreal, Canada on Wednesday, and it was widely reported that he was believed to have killed himself. Rick appeared in Gaga's Born This Way video in 2011, and the singer said the loss was beyond devastating. But a statement on Rick Janis's management Facebook page suggests that contrary to reports, there's still no official cause of death. Lady Gaga has now deleted her original tweet, which referred to Rick's alleged suicide, and also apologized to his family. And in sport, former Newcastle and Chelsea striker Demba Ba has been the victim of alleged racial abuse during a Chinese Super League game, as the Shanghai Shenhua manager Wu Jingwei has confirmed. Wu told reporters that the Senegalese player, who is 33, was involved in a heated exchange with the Changchun Chatai opponent in their 1-1 draw on Saturday. Meanwhile, Turkish side Besiktas has tweeted support for its former player with the hashtag No to Racism, you are not alone. And teenager Bruce Anderson's goal in time added has denied Rangers manager Steven Gerrard a winning debut in the Scottish Premiership as Aberdeen secured a 1-1 draw with 10-man Rangers. Gerrard, who took on his first senior manager's role after coaching the Liverpool under-18 side last season, didn't have a show as expected. Despite his side being reduced to 10 men in the 12th minute, but the red card for Alfredo Morelos, they had dealt easily with an ineffective Aberdeen until 19-year-old Anderson fired home from 15 yards out on his debut for the Dons. For Aberdeen manager Derek McInnes, it was only the 3rd time, 2 draws and 1 win in 9 clashes with Rangers, he has managed to take something from the game. Those are the major stories for today. I am Binta, Bhadmus.
Why be ordinary when you can be flamboyant? One Checker Radio. Be flamboyant.